Okay. Test, 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 test. Okay, make sure everything is working correctly. All right. Dang, I still got the messages up from the last live. I'm sitting up there searching through these videos. I said, man, oh my goodness. So many videos. I said this is sometimes it'd be better to kind of go back and go over some of the stuff that that you experienced. It'd be better to go back. Let me see. Let me change this. We're gonna start this all over, and we're gonna talk about. I'm a dang. How? What the heck? What's up with it, Con? The spirit. The spirit molecule. The spirit molecule. What's up with it, Charles? What it do, man? Yeah, I had started a live, but I had to leave. I had to leave and come back because I was going somewhere else with that one. And like we always talking about psychedelia, psychedelia here. So basically, I wanted to get into that, get into the psychedelia, get back to the psychedelia. So let me go on and get all that ready, and then I can okay, I can drop that down, and then we can open this up, and we can go into golly, bro. Because when I sit back and I think, I go, dang, man, Charles, we didn't have so many psychedelic experiences. It's like, man, like I feel like that's all I've been talking about for like the last 6 years. I was so stuck on psychedelics and diving in that I forgot everything in the world was happening. Like that's what it seemed like you do. You forget everything in the world is happening because you so tapped in to diving in. And that's how it was. So it's like all these talks that we had, bro. I think that's why I don't talk about a lot of stuff no more like I used to. Like as every live we used to be just strictly on psychedelics because I sometimes I feel like we didn't said everything. There's nothing we ain't said since we've been on this channel. So it's like I don't like to replay and say the same things over and over again because it seems like that's what it's like. It's like a repeat to keep us in that state, to keep us in that state. I've been on the reverse side of this new job, emerging in reality, forgetting about other side. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm gonna be doing a video on these 4ACO gummies soon, Charles. Tomorrow I'm gonna drop a video on the 4ACO gummies. I gotta see what these is like because I don't know the 4ACO always gave me like my best. I ain't gonna say my best experiences, but the 4ACO man showed me not to be scared of the psychedelic experience. I don't like that's the one thing that it taught me. It's like you don't gotta be scared. I don't care if you getting eaten by an alligator like Ozo did. You feel me? Like you don't have to be scared because you begin to see that you the one who creating the scariness of the experience. And it's like, dang, I think that was like one of the beautiful things about it. So me being able, what's up with it? Most hated flat power guy, what it do? Uh it just always pushed me past all the scariness of the psychedelic experience. Being in fear, the the way it felt when you the come up. It like pushed me past all that. Yeah. Yeah, no, they ain't priceless. I know, huh? They may be priceless. We're gonna find out. Cause they sent me a video to do a video on them, so I'm gonna do a video. You remember like the old school 4ACO days? Now they got the gummies, and I'm like going, I hope they strong. I'm gonna do like the usual, take one and then see where it takes me. Cause they seem like they taste good, but you remember the taste the 4-ACO used to have, Charles? Like when you put it in that water and you mix it and you take that first sip, and it's like soon as you taste it, the experience starts. It's like that's what I couldn't understand about the 4-ACO. Like I need to find the video where I melted in the seat while I was on the live. I just melted in the seat. Like I wasn't even here, but I was here on the live then took the 4-ACO and I tried to sit here because I remember, I forgot his name. It was somebody that took it before and they told me how much to take. And you remember I didn't weigh my stuff. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. Be like Charles and everybody else. Weigh your stuff and all that type of shit. Don't be like me. I'm just a psychonaut. I'm a psychonaut, all right? So when I dive, I don't weigh nothing. When I started weighing shrooms, I felt kind of stupid because it's like I never even weighed them. It's like I always knew. It's almost like when you like weeds. You feel me? You get to the point you know what an eighth look like. You know what it feel like in your hand. So you know what 3.5 feel like in your hand when it's in your hand after you didn't messed around with the ganja for so long. So that's what I felt like. But all in all, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I had just got them and I ain't even all the way tapped into them yet, y'all. So I don't know. I'm do a video on it tomorrow and then give the whole lowdown, the whole, rundown of it on how much in there and everything. Cause I didn't even look. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not a, how much is in there? I'm not one of them type of persons. I'm like one of them, give it here. Let me see what it do. You feel me? Let me just take it. What? That's the new Ferrari. Let me hit donuts in it, okay? Let me take it for a test drive. Every time I would smoke, I would weigh it out. Dang. See, nope. I never ever weighed my shit out to smoke. If I was dumping it, that was different. If I was dumping the eighth, but I never ever. Now I barely even weigh it after I buy it to see if it's on spot or not. Now, yeah, you don't even trip. You don't even trip. I always been like that. And I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I guess I got to the point to where I know I can eyeball it. Because it was like certain things that I used to do when I used to get my shrooms. Like if they all like the same size or whatever, like I would take one. And then, from the effects that I get from taking that one from that first sample, I'll know how much to take after that I'm going to need to get there without even weighing it. So it was like I became accustomed to it. So it's like I don't got to weigh it out. You feel me? Just throw it here and then I know what to do with it when I take it. But I found this video. I had found another video with Chris Cantelmo. I said Chris Cantelmo was funny as hell, bro. But like that other video, I think I'm gonna share it later to show people, because I think it's a lot of people that be dealing with depression and different things to the point to where they feel like they don't want to live life, and the psychedelics can cure that for some people, but not everybody. So I think I might use that video to kind of raise a little awareness of that, because everybody feels like psychedelics will help people that's going through those times, but it really don't. You feel me? It don't always help people. It make them further wanna, it takes them further into their mental state. And that's like that video kind of showed that. So I think I'm going to share that one tomorrow and put that Chris Cantelmo video up, because everybody was basically saying, somebody did something to Chris Cantelmo and all this. And it was like, nah, Chris Cantelmo, I love him and everything, but what he did it to himself. That's what he wanted. He had been searching for that and he found it. It's like, that's what's crazy, because when you struggling with like a mental, one of those things right there, and you dive in, it's going to show you that death is not a thing. And like once you see that and you feel like it's hard here, it make it easier for you to do the thing that you want to do in order to leave this place, because you're going, you know, why, like, why not? Like, it's like, I'm not gonna die, I'm just pop in somewhere else, you know. And then being able to see that, so it's like, you know, a lot of people, you gotta, if you struggling with mental health and stuff, you got to be careful the way you dive in with psychedelics. I think it's, you know, a certain way you probably have to do it, or don't do it at all. You feel me? Or don't do it at all, because yeah, it's like trippy, man. Charles, it's trippy because, you know, we had many a talks with Chris. Chris came here and we done chopped it up, and you know, and he always said stuff like that. And you know, I heard other people say stuff like that were here, and it's like kind of trippy, man, because when you talking to somebody like that, you it's like you go, like, in your mind, you can, like, I couldn't fathom me wanting to take myself out. That's something I couldn't fathom. That's something that would never cross my mind. That's something that, you know, it's not even in my vocabulary. So it's like, even when we're talking to somebody that's having that kind of problem, I think we don't know how to relate to it, because we'll say all kind of things it's not going to change the way they feel about life and what they want to do. It's not going to change that. So, you know, we saying all these things that we be saying, it don't help. It doesn't help. You feel me? Like, they need like an expert. And the mushrooms, you know how the mushrooms is, man. If you got a way that you trying to be, or you believe in yourself, sometimes they'll take you deeper into that. Like the even the DMT, it'll take you further. You feel me? It'll take you deep into what you already understand or what you believe about life. And sometimes that's not good. Sometimes that's not good, you know. I'm just saying, it can be for everyone, but they don't want it to be for them. And it's not that they don't want it to, it's just that, like, it took for me to dive in on mushrooms and go into that state of mind of wanting to, you know, like, I went into that state of yeah, you know, I can off myself and all this, and, you know, and I knew I was on mushrooms though. So like, for me, I could see myself having these thoughts as I'm on the mushrooms. But as I let the thoughts go, like, everything that I did, I couldn't get out of that state. You feel me? My mind could not get out of that state. But me, being me, I was sitting on the side watching my mind and my body go through this thing, and I'm going like, huh? Like, and I seen myself trying to get out of it, doing all the type of things to try to stop thinking about that and get that off my mind. And it just got stronger. It just made it stronger. Every time it just made it stronger, to where I just had to sit there and I just let the thoughts just happen. And like, it made me like feel some type of way, because I said, damn, that's like, you know, when somebody build their own box and they put themselves in it, they can't escape. They can't escape. You got to understand, this is something that they built, and they fortified it and made it strong to where they can't get out of it. And like, no matter what I did, like the happy thoughts, everything, it always went back. It always like fast. Like I was like, golly. And I'm like, in my head, I mean, to myself, my other self, I'm going, dang, so this is how those people be feeling? I said, if this is how they feel, you can't save them. That's why they made it all the way, and they off themselves, because nobody was going to be able to save them. Nobody. I don't care who they was. God wasn't going to be able to save them, because that was a part of their story, and they made that their story. And the one thing they couldn't do is escape from they self and what they created for themselves. I don't know how it was created, how it was generated, but once they accepted it and they ran with it, there was no way. There was nobody going to be able to come in and stop it. You feel me? I'm talking about for the ones that did succeed at doing this to themselves. There's others, you know, their story was, oh, they made it out. Like, I seen people that, you know, said that they wanted to off themselves, and they began to take mushrooms and stuff like that, and it brought them out of that depressing state. But I don't know. For some, no. It's not. It's nothing gonna help it. Nothing. That's the only thing that's gonna help. For me, the mushies immersed me first person in the mix. It was crucial. Yeah, that's what that and that's the wild thing. That's the wild thing, Charles, because that's what I feel like happened to me, bro. It's like I seen every aspect. You know, you know what I'm talking about because you've been there too, to where you see every aspect of life. You see the good and the bad, and it's like the bad ain't even bad. It's just a part of it. We just called it bad because we know it hurts people, but it wasn't bad though. And then it was like weird because the person that was doing the killing, I was that person and I was the person being killed at the same time in every situation. And it was like, wow, I'm talking about multiple ways, stabbing, shooting, like multiple ways. And it was like, golly, like how the hell am I playing both sides of the story? Like I was like, man, that shit had me thrown all the way off. Like both sides, like while you're watching it in third person. But you're also inside the body of this person that's doing the killing, and you're inside the body of this person that's being killed. So it's like you getting all of it, and that shit was like the trippiest thing, bro. It was like the trippiest thing. See, the only goal of psychedelics are transcendence. Huh. I don't know. Like I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I don't like really know. You know what the I don't know what the goal is. I think as you diving in on psychedelics, the you pick that yourself as you go, because the one thing I'm starting to see in life is like as you build your life, like you're choosing the wrongs and you're choosing the rights as you going along, and you're choosing, you know, that right there, like to go, okay, well, the one thing about this is this right here. But what if it ain't? Like what if it ain't that? What if that's part of it? I'm not saying that's not a true statement, is that psychedelics, you know, are transcendent. So I'm not saying that, but what if that's one of the stories? Cuz you got to understand, life is going every which way. It's not just going the way that we perceive or want it to go. It's going every way. So everything that you can think that ever happened or could happen with mushrooms has happened. Every which way. People didn't took it for every reason. People didn't took it to party. People didn't took it to heal themselves. People didn't took it to just go throughout their day. You feel me? People didn't took it for every sort of reason or way you can think of. You feel me? And each person that did it, they thought it was right at the time that they were doing it. That to them, it was the right way to go. So it's like, this is one of the things that I'm starting to learn from life, that it don't matter what's going on in life, what's happening, what you're doing, what you decide, it goes every which way. You just picked the way, that way right there, because that was the right way to you at the time. For you, that was the right way. That was the right thing. That was the meaning. But other people, they got different meanings. They got different ways. And it's like, that's the part that just kind of throws me off sometimes. You know, I think they will be a partial catalyst for the grand awakening. I think, yeah, maybe. But you got to understand, bro, you look, all these things, all these ideas that we might have, they're all true. I'm going to just say it like that. They're all true. But you got to understand, psychedelics, how long have they been around? Forever. They were here before we were here. They've been around forever. We've been using these things. The humans been using these things forever. Forever. Now, you got to understand, I'm going to say it again, psychedelics is for everybody, but they not for everybody. Because you're going to have some people that's going to think, oh, that's a drug. Oh, I wouldn't take that. You feel me? I wouldn't do that because I can't go against God. Oh, I wouldn't do that because I can't go against my religion. Or I wouldn't do that because I can't go against my beliefs. So when you think about it, psychedelics been around for so long, bro. And they everything that everybody that ever took them took the same route of trying to heal people and trying to make people better than, or the so-called better. Everybody. There's not nobody that wasn't diving in, that wasn't going, hey, man, you probably should take this, man. This is going to help you find yourself. And we've been doing it for a long time, forever. Forever. And look where we at. Look where we at. Like, sometimes we go back 10,000 years and we start all over. But they've been around forever, and they've been used in every which way you can think possible. From the time where one person would take it and tell everybody what's going on to everybody started taking them. You feel me? But before that, you have to be a certain age before you hit the mystery school. You have to be in your 40s before you hit the mystery school and you was able to dive in on the psychedelics and see the spirit realm. You feel me? Like, we didn't use psychedelic, and we're talking about thousands of years. Thousands of years, and here we are right now. You feel me? And psychedelics ain't never left. We always say, oh, it's coming back around. No, they ain't never left. They always been here. They have never not been here. They disguise themselves in other ways. Like the psychedelic experience itself disguises itself in other ways. It disguises itself in let's say spiritual, okay? It disguises itself in the Bible. It disguises itself in the Quran. It disguises itself through all these religious texts. These are the psychedelics speaking. That's all they are. All the religious texts that we hear and the stuff that we hear are the psychedelics speaking to us. Like, and if you think I'm playing, go take some mushrooms and wake up the next day and you're gonna watch the psychedelics. The mushrooms are gonna play themselves to you through movies, through songs, through people just talking to you. Because life is already that psychedelic experience. It already is that. It's just a certain aspect of the psychedelic experience of life that we choose, that we want. We want this part of it. We don't want all this other bullshit over here. We want this part of it. We want the spiritual part of it. Not knowing that everything is spiritual. Life is spirit. That's what life is. So it's like, it's like the trippy thing about it. So we can't criticize people on how they dive in or how they take mushrooms or how they take psychedelics because we writing our story. We can't write everybody else's. That's why we learn from everybody's story. We can't write their story for them. They got to write their own story. We got to watch their story and we got to learn from their story. Like, that's what I think it is, because you feel me? We wouldn't have alcoholics. We wouldn't have alcoholics and drug addicts and shit like that. You feel me? Everybody's going to go about it their own way. And we just here not to judge them and go, oh, okay, I see that's what it do to you. He said, yes, facts. Let's see. The psychedelic experience is the mind manifesting. It's a way. It's every story. It never means off either. It never wears off. It stays. It stays. And you just begin to see it through everything, bro. You begin to see it. This is the psychedelic. That's why they roll your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream. Like, it's saying it right there. We just want to dream deeper. We want to take the dream deeper than what it already is. And that's what psychedelics do. It take us deeper into the dream. It take us to other parts of the dream that are within the dream, but seem outside of the dream. Yes, I understand. But if you really a psychedelic sorcerer, you will probably start with cannabis like I did. I only 11, then MDMA, mushroom, then untimely end up with salvia or DMT. Dang, that's how you started. He said at 11, bro. I didn't smoke weed until I was like, 16? Till I was like 16. And I did my first time I did mushrooms, I think I was like 30. But I didn't look at it as being what I see it as now. And I only did it one time, and it just had me laughing. And then I didn't really start to dive into psychedelics until I got 40. And I started seeing like Mark Dream's channel. And I forgot that other Asian dude that said when he smoked the DMT, because then that was the next thing. I went straight to DMT. You feel me? Before mushrooms, because I didn't know mushrooms did all this until I did DMT, and they were like telling me, like, bro, you have to try mushrooms. What are you doing? You got to try if you like the DMT, you got to try mushrooms. And then I started seeing that the mushrooms was taking me to the same places I was going on the DMT. They were showing me the same things, except it was like, oh my God, it was a lot slower. It was slowed down for me to where I could really understand it. That's what I liked about the mushrooms, and that's why I started diving in on the mushrooms. Even though I still mess with the DMT, I started diving in on the mushrooms because it slowed time down for me so I could really see and understand what I was seeing. That's what I liked about him. He said, and that's why people seek to give their authority way to have other people start to write their story so that they can just copy and paste it. After psychedelics, you notice weed hits way different. It gets you more true smoking after psychedelic. It makes but way more psychedelic. Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about it though. Because once I started, like now, like it took for me to slow down on smoking to see that weed was a psychedelic. Because I never would smoke, I would only smoke indica. I would never smoke sativa. And then I smoked sativa, like after diving in on psychedelics so much, I smoked sativa. That shit was like a psychedelic experience, bro. My TV came to life. What I was watching on TV came to life, bro. That shit looked so real. I was like, oh my God. But now every time I smoke, my experiences come back. Like my dreams come back. Like if I smoke a blunt right now, my dreams come back. My psychedelic experiences come back. Like I be glitching like as if I'm on mushrooms or something. I get these glitches to where, you see the fractals and all that, bro. It's like, man, weed is beautiful now. It's a more beautiful thing than what it was then. He said, because mushrooms are DMT. Exactly. If you take enough, you're going to have a full DMT breakthrough. Like, period. Let's see, great words. I need the mushrooms. Mushrooms and DMT are, let's see, analog molecule. This is why you have almost the same effect. Yeah, that's what tripped me out, because they're like, after DMT and then going to the mushrooms, I used to always ask, like, bro, are they the same thing? Like, both of these things seem like the same thing, because when I took mushrooms, bro, I was getting the eye. I was getting this eye that stayed in my vision. No matter where I looked, it was like an eye, and it was like a fluorescent colors. And then it had like these they looked like eyelashes, but they wasn't. They looked like wiggly eyelashes going up, and they was like all fluorescent. And like my first 5 mushroom experiences, that shit stayed on. Like I could see it everywhere. And I used to be like, I didn't know what the shit it was. I was like, damn, is that my third eye? Like, what is it? Like, I couldn't understand what it was. But even with the mushrooms, like when like my DMT experiences, my mushroom experiences took me through my DMT experiences and showed me that I was 100% in control of my DMT experiences. Like, I was in control, and I didn't know. It's like, you don't know the extent of your mind, or what you done created in your mind, or what you done saved in your mind over time. We done created all these different aspects of ourselves, you feel me, that just play a part and play life out. Each one takes its turn being like, I don't care if it's 2 seconds, a second, a millisecond. Each one takes its turn playing itself within this reality. And it's like, that's what the mushroom showed me. Like, all them DMT experiences that you had where you were seeing the gestures and you were scared of the gestures, or this was happening. It was just you was presenting the shit to yourself. And like, I'm going like, this is not making sense. But it was like weird because I'm like in third person, I'm seeing myself on the DMT sitting there crying, and I see these gestures jumping around, scaring the shit out of me. And then it was a big curtain, and behind the curtain, I was behind the curtain with my hands up under the gestures, controlling the gestures, and I was like laughing. I was laughing, going like laughing at myself because I was scaring the shit out of myself. So the way I took it as like we make these different versions of ourselves, right? We got the angry version, we got the happy version, we got the I'm not scared of anything version, the tough version. We got all these different versions of ourselves, but they all have to come together to play this one role. One can't take control by itself, because if the angry one take control, it would just destroy everything. So it has to have this loving one over here step in and go, hey man, look, hold on, slow down. We can't do that. And you can't just have the loving one by itself, because that one will get taken advantage of its whole life. That's it. Because it will be sharing love and then just kind of get fucked over. So each one has to be there in order to help play the whole role, to play the whole character out. But within us, it's like, I call it the what is it called when all the demons, you feel me? Dang, bro, I'm for Legion. I said we are Legion. That's what we are. Cause we got all these different spiritual selves, cause none of them are this. None of them are this body. They're all spirit. All of them, all our thoughts, everything, all that up in here is spirit. That's the spirit. It's and they all play a role in the grand scheme of your life. Each one. Because you'll be talking about love, but let somebody come and walk up and slap the shit out of you. What's the first thing you gonna do? You gonna get mad. You gonna take off. You ain't gonna turn the other cheek. So each one got to play its way, you feel me? Play its role within you in order to become the body. And I said, damn, it's kind of weird, because when you look at the aspect of the loving you, that reality that loving you live in its own reality. If like, let's say this, right? Understand me. If you could take that loving part of you and push out all the negative shit, all the bad shit, all the hate, all that, and just have that love part of you, that's the part that you reach on psychedelics. You reach each part of yourself on psychedelics. You reach the loving aspect of you that is only love. Sometimes you might reach the ugly, mean part of you, the evil part of you that's the destroyer. That's the destroyer. It destroys everything. You all these things are playing within you. I said, dang, it's weird, because I think it was Ram Doss was talking about that, talking about the these different parts of yourself that are in there. But what's weird is, this is what I was talking about the other day, is the fact that some of these parts of ourselves that we created, we share with other people. So like the God part of ourselves, we share with everybody and everything. We share with everybody and that God part, we share with everybody and everything. You feel me? Now, and I'm not talking about just the know-it-all, say-it-all God. No, I'm talking about all the gods. I'm talking about from Anubis to Shiva to all the gods. We share all of them. They live in our minds. This is how I feel. I feel like they all live in our minds. We share them. That's how come it's so easy for us to relate to them, to certain ones. You feel me? Like you might choose Shiva, I might choose Buddha, you feel me? But it's so easy for us all to relate to them because they all exist within all of us. And there are some of the aspects of the feelings and ideas that we hold on to. So it's like, okay, this is where they live at. So if this is their spot and where they reside, humanity has to keep living. If humanity dies, that means a lot of these spirit entities that live within us, they die also. They go also. They also leave. They don't get to stay. Like if we all go, they go too. Because a lot of them we created over time. Over time we created them, and once we made them, they was made to reside within who? Within us. Within everybody. So it's they're there and they're sitting, they're waiting, they're doing their thing. You feel me? That's why we can we can look up at the stars and be able to read ourselves from the stars. You feel me? Because that shit up there is like a reflection of this right here. Like sometimes I look up there and I said, damn, I said, is the stars just the neurons in our brains firing up? The planets and shit? Like what the fuck, bro? Like that shit is fucking crazy. You say trust me, try laugh and gas with other psychedelics. It will blast you off. He said laugh and gas. I ain't never heard that one. It's like Hall and Malcolm in the middle when he is in the house talking to the different versions of himself about what role to take on the our children. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. You don't, and they show. Me and UL was talking about this. They showed us in the movie Inside Out. When you look at Inside Out, boom, especially part 2, like they showed you, these are the archetypes in the mind. Anxiety, you feel me, and all these other different versions of yourself, and they're all taking turns running your body to wherever it's going. They all have their own idea of how they should react or how they should act in certain situations, and you feel me, and we let the best one take over in the situation depending on, how we looked at things or how we was raised and what was given to us as we was coming up. And some of them, they were just there. They were just there, like almost like, when you think about reptiles or turtles, like when a turtle go to a beach and lay its eggs and it just leave, the little baby turtles, they come out, everything is already inside them already. They already know what to do. They don't need nobody to watch over them. They crawl straight to the ocean. They know to go and eat. They know they basically raise themselves. You feel me? So it's like all these things that's working in our minds, some of them was created and planted. They was planted in the beginning. Anger was planted. You feel me? Love was planted. All these different feelings and ideas, they were planted within us when we came up. And just think about it. Think about it. Like once you plant love, hate, and all these different things, now all you got to do, they're there. All you got to do is water them. And how do you water them? By life just going. And you seeing the happenings of life. You seeing the things that person don't like. You seeing the things that person don't like. All you got to do is start living. And as you living and you watching everybody else, you watering yourself. It's like you soaking it up like a sponge. You feel me? That shit is crazy. If they don't switch smoothly, people, then say you have a disorder, so people come up with ways to help them switch smoother. Exactly. Ain't that some shit, UL? Ain't that some shit? Because they'll be stuck in the one. They'll be stuck because some people don't get them all. Some people don't pay attention to all the archetypes within them. They'll stick to one. They'll stick to the killer. You feel me? And go around and be offing people. They'll stick to that one. But you got to understand, in their mind, they right. Even if they know what they doing ain't good, in their mind, they right. Because there's something in there telling them, what you doing is, yeah. You see how that make you feel? It make you feel good, don't it? But that same feeling that they're getting out of going out and being a serial killer is the same feeling that you getting from being with your family and raising your family and being around your kids. And it's like weird, bro. It's weird, but it's, I understand it now. Never could understand it then, but now I understand it. It's like, okay, these same feelings that they're getting from doing that evil stuff is the same feeling we getting from just doing normal good stuff. And like, it's like, so it's something, the wiring is messed up. I don't know how UL said that. They call it a disorder. I don't know. You feel me? It's not arranged right. So it's like each molecule of our brain, stress, dopamine, fear, etc., has their own personality when you take drugs that enhance those feelings. That's, yeah, kind of, sort of, yeah. It enhances them. But they all have their own feeling, like you know how it is when you eat something that you like to eat. You feel me? When you go to the store, you was a kid and you looking at that candy and your mom finally let you get it. That feeling that you get, you feel me? Like that, the candy can enhance that feeling. It's anything in life can enhance. It's like so that lets you know we have the power over these feelings and these ideas. We have the power over them because that's why we can choose what makes me feel loved. I can choose what makes me feel good. You feel me? Like I choose that, but which is kind of weird too, because it seems like you making that choice, but you really not making that choice. That's how come you can be raised as a Muslim and, over there, or let's say the Incas, you can be raised with them and sacrificing yourself to the God feel like a thing. They got a sport. You remember they had the sport to where the winners were the ones getting sacrificed. You feel me? And they was trying to win because they felt like once they won, they was going to get sacrificed to the gods. You feel me? So it's like, bro, this shit is crazy, but it's not. It's not. It's just going every which way. Every which way people don't want it to go. They entangle on layers that are even instinctual, institutional, emotional, logical, and any other layer, different archetypes taking different forms out of the one. And that's what I that's what I get from my dives now, UL, when I speak about the primordial ooze. It's crazy because I was watching the movie and I'm gonna have to I was watching the movie and it was talking about it and I was like, what the fuck? But that blackness, that darkness is the mind, is that mind thing. But the cold thing about that blackness and that darkness, it can take any form, it can take any shape. That is you. You are that darkness. You can take any form. Like, you can think you're in China and make yourself be in China. You can take your mind can take any shape, any form that you desire, that you shape it into or you want it to be. It can be that. And it's been doing that, and it will be that because that's what it does. And that's like the primordial ooze. So it can be whatever form you want it to be. Because I always looked at it like, okay, that's what we call the creator, but the creator is you. So each form that the creator is taking, he's taking because these are your desired forms. You are forming this as you go. You are forming it into what you want it to be, how you want to see it. You feel me? The colors you want to see, you forming it as you go because this is your, it's like a golem or something. You feel me? Like the primordial ooze, but you can change it and turn it into whatever you want it to be. You can form this thing into whatever you want. You want it to be the best rapper. You want it to be the new president. You want it to be a bike. It don't matter. You can form it into that and it will be that for you, just for you. Just for you. And it will take any form because it's the formless. It can become any form. Like, and not just physically, spiritually also. Spiritually, and the unseen, it can be that also. That's how we get these so-called demons. Because just think, demons wouldn't exist. They don't exist until you notice them. Like, until somebody tell you they are there. Like, and I didn't want to believe this, but like I said, I watched it happen with my grandson. I watched him run around the house. I don't care if all the lights is off in the house. He ran around with no fear. Once they gave him the boogeyman and said, hey, you better be careful. The other kids did this. The boogeyman will get you. This is who the boogeyman is. Now, if the light on in the room, he'll look down the hallway and see it's dark in the hallway. He will not go down there. And he'll go, Grandpa, can you go down? Can you go turn on the light for me? I'm like, well, go turn it on. What you scared of? The boogeyman down there. The boogeyman gonna get you. You feel me? So this is why I said, man, we got to be careful the things that we believe and accept. Because right now, like, the only thing on this planet is the people, the animals, and shit like that. The insects, you feel me? We can say, you can believe it's spirits walking around, and I'm not, once you believe it and you accept it, that's what's going to happen. That's what you're going to see. And that's the crazy thing about it. And I'm not saying it's not real, because once you make it real, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be real. And I said, I stopped believing in the devil, bro, that's what you don't understand how much shit that got off my table, off my back. Once I stopped believing in that, oh, damn, I killed all the demons. Now I'm not worried about the unseen. I'm only worried about what's here. I'm worried about the people. I don't care about the spirits I can't see, because to me right now, they don't exist. Like, I don't care. I'm seeing shadows. Every time I see a shadow, I remember I used to be scared as shit. And then I started to pay attention to the shadows I was seeing. And I had an explanation for every shadow I was seeing. And all the bumps in the night. Bro, these is all the scary stories that we done told ourselves over all this time, and that we done built up in ourselves, and now we're believing it and we're accepting it. Because everybody else accept it. But when you stop accepting it, that shit don't exist no more. It only exists because you believe it. Like we was just saying it when we was talking about atoms and the way atoms move, and and they talking about the split string theory, and the atoms don't move until you look at them. That's the same thing. It's gonna happen when you believe it. Oh, that's when it comes to life, and it will show you. Oh yeah, it's real. Oh, you believe it? Oh yeah, it's real. You feel me? Oh, you believe in aliens? Okay, bam, you're gonna start seeing aliens. Even if it's not an alien, you're gonna make it into an alien. And I said, damn. But once I killed like the so-called devil, like that killed all the demons. All the demons were done. It was like no more demons. I don't even believe in demons no more. So it's like if I take a psychedelic trip or have a psychedelic experience and I see what everybody called demons, I don't look at them as demons no more, so I don't get scared. They don't scare me. All the ugly stuff that I see on psychedelics, I'm not spooked no more, because I don't look at them as being demons, and I don't look at them as being scary. He said, let's see, yes, every Bible it says God created both good and evil. Man, this is why you have to take every psychedelic together at one time at an extreme high dose, and then you'll transcend and how everything without doubt. You can't do it that way. You can't do it that way. That is one of the ways, but that some people will get scared of that. They get scared of that. Try to take all of them at one time, because you remember I did the ayahuasca, me and Charles with the mushrooms. Then the MD man, some people they wouldn't be able to handle that. Yeah, that explanation, that translation. Just like when you come back from the experience, you put a coat over the happening to give it structure and substance. Exactly. And that's what's weird, because that's what we do within the psychedelic experience at the same time. Because a lot of times we be seeing a lot of things that don't have anything to do with this reality. We'll see creatures that don't have anything to do with this reality, or that, it might be in the microcosm or something, the microverse or something, but we will label it as something that's here. Like the octopuses. These things are not octopuses, but that's the closest thing we can relate to it. So even when you looking at it and you think, oh, that looks like an octopus, that's what it becomes. But it don't. It be the primordial ooze shit. And you feel me? To where it can take any shape. It can take any form. It can create any movie. It's damn near like looking at the TV. It's like looking at the TV. That shit you can change the channel and you can be in Jerusalem walking around. You can change the channel again and then you'll be on in New York. You feel me? Like each time the channel change, you'll be in a different part of the planet. You feel me? So it's like that thing can take any shape, any form. But then once you start to understand that you control it, it's still hard to really accept that, because the way life kind of goes, it's still, because we taught to work with our feelings and our emotions. So it's still really hard to accept that. But if you start paying attention, like, okay, next time, this is what you do. Go watch a movie, right? And listen to the first 15 minutes of the movie. The first 15 minutes, everybody in the movie is going to say exactly what the movie is going to be about. They're going to say it, but they're going to do it in ways to where they're going to speak their own reality into existence. Like, you know, like, I hope I don't, I'm going to go pick up this car. I hope I don't get in a high-speed chase. And then they end up getting in the high-speed chase. Oh, I'm going to go do this, and this might happen. Or, you know, or they'll just speak every part of the movie into existence before it happens. And that's the same thing we are doing when we go about life, because we seeing the way our family is living, we seeing the way our friends is living, and we're taking that into account and we're putting it into our own life, bro. And it's like you'll start seeing this shit, and you'll be able to tell. You'll start learning not to speak certain shit into existence. You'll start to learn how to actually do that, to where you'll try to keep certain things out of your mind in order so it won't lead your body to that. Because whatever we speak, whatever we do, whatever we're saying, however we're talking, we're always doing that. You feel me? If you're speaking about a scary psychedelic experience, oh, you'll speak it up. When you go into your experience, it'll happen. But shows instead of telling in dialogue. Yeah, good movie shows. Man, I'm telling you, this shit is crazy. I hate it now that I even see that with the movies, because now when I go to watch a movie, this is what the fuck happens. I'm watching the beginning of the movie and I'm going, dang, everything they just said, I bet you this gonna happen. And then it's what happens in the movie. And I'm like going, dang, you know, like the movies is just stories of our lives, of the same thing that we kind of do, because we talk ourselves into certain things before they get there. Before it even get there, we talk ourselves into it. And sometimes it go like, you know, it might not go the exact same way, because every moment you're creating 1,000 moments. You're creating 1,000 ways in which the story could go in every moment. That's why I think they sit down and they do the meditation, because then when you're meditating and you're stopping all the mind chatter, you can't create the illusion. You're not creating the illusion. You're stopping the illusion from happening, because soon as you think a thought, that's when the illusion starts. That's when it begins. Like soon as I start thinking, that's when the illusion begins. If I shut my mind off, dang. It's like I can't create. I'm not creating the illusion. I'm watching the illusion. But as soon as my mind begins to say something, speak, it's like, bam, here we go with the illusion all over again. What's up with it, Velvet Wind? Let's see, and that's why people start to say it's a secret, and they want to learn to do this thing they call manifesting now, but it's just low. It's just how everything is always happening. Exactly, UL. Exactly. It's how, and ain't that wow? Remember when they start coming out with all the manifesting? You see how this shit come and go though? It always do this. They come out with all these videos, then it kind of fade away. And then it come back, and then it fades away. It comes and it goes in spurts because it's all happening. It's all happening. That's why it comes and goes. It comes and goes. It comes and goes. Thanks, Velvet Wind. That's why Wally says the getting trapped in living in the words. Yeah. Yeah, we get that, and that's the thing. We get lost in the words. It's crazy because even me knowing this, I still do it. I know this shit. UL, and I still do it myself. I still do it because I program myself to be a certain way. And then, like, even when I reprogram myself, I always let everything take me back from just, watching everything. Because even though I know it, it's like, I still play the game the same way I've been playing it. And it's like, yeah, like, why? I don't know. Because, shit, I built the box already and I put the tape on it. Every time I open it up, I tape it back up and do it again. Oh, dang, I didn't see that. I'm going to have to check it out, Velvet. Thank you. But yeah, I do the same, man. I do it all the time. Now, there are a couple of YouTube channels using AI to mimic Alan Watts reading. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. They going to drop. AI been tearing it up right now. AI been tearing it up. AI making anything right now. They going to pay that money in order to make them AI videos. I tried to do one. That shit said, they had one program, that shit was like $1,500 a month. I said, oh yeah, this was too advanced for me. That's But you can take AI and you can make anything happen. It's like AI is the mind, bro. AI right now is that primordial ooze. You can type whatever you want into that motherfucker and it's gonna show you a visual of it. The same way with your mind. You can type whatever in your mind and you can have a visual of Anubis in your mind just from seeing or hearing a story about it. Like AI is that right there. AI is just our minds standing on the outside. That's all AI is, if you ask me. I don't think AI is just that. It's just our minds just got outside of itself. You feel me? It's been trying to do that for the longest. It just finally did it. It's like that in there has always been trying to get out there and become a piece of the bigger grand scheme of things. It just put itself in this right here into a computer. You feel me? They have free ones, my guy. Just look for open source ones like they should be on. Yeah, no, I seen a couple of them. I used them before. I get into it, and then like I seen somebody. Remember, I was doing it a long time ago. I was putting like Buddha and like people like statues and stuff into AI and making it into a video. And like now, I seen somebody doing that's all they do. I used to use them a long time ago. I said, but they done got a lot better now, a lot more advanced. It's just another access point. Yeah, exactly. But I gotta tap out. I was gonna play this video. We ain't even get into it, bro. The conversation, I ain't even need to do that. But I gotta head out, man. My daughter football practice about to be over. So I thank everybody for stopping by, and dang, thanks for the conversation we had. This was a good one. I love that. You feel me? It's crazy because once we start talking about that, it's like, dang, bro, my mind just everything comes back, all the experience come back, and it just can go on forever. But not today. But I'll be back tomorrow though, because I ain't got shit to do tomorrow. You feel me? I ain't got no job. You feel me? Like Chris Tucker told Ice Cube, you ain't got no job. It's Friday. You ain't got nothing to do. I've been working on everything else. But yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow, and peace out. All right, Charles. Woken One, you well. Thanks everybody. Velvet Wind, thank y'all. And yeah, man.